Yeah, it's just kind of high and low. Had it a unfortunate conference tournament. We didn't play great against Texas Tide. To give them 100% credit, they played great. So unfortunate for that. But I mean, in the end, I think at this point you just want to get in, and because there's only 64 teams that make it, which is about less than about 20% of Division II women's basketball teams. So to be able to make it in, and just something that says about this program, this is the 28th time that this program has been in the NCAA tournament. That's just a remarkable achievement for this program. And so it just goes to show how great of teams and players that have played here before us as well. And so we're going to look to continue that legacy as we move forward in this tournament.
Go ahead. Pluses and minuses to play at Angelo State first.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that, obviously they know us well. We know them well. You've played a couple times this year. So, I mean, when you're in a regionalization tournament where you have just one, especially in our region where we only have one other conference, the likelihood of playing a team twice or three times is very high. So it kind of is what it is. And, but it's fun. I mean, you want to be, this is what back in September when you start practicing, this is what you practice for. This is what you work for to get into this. This is the tournament you want to get into. And once you're in it, you just got to go give it your best shot and see what happens.
Considering all the adversity you guys have faced this season, I mean, how big is it to know that this team is going eight?
That's a great question, David. I mean, you look at last year's team when there's so many different emotions that are riding with that one, and being able to get into the NCAA tournament, getting the Elite Eight with that team, it was special. I mean, and I hate to say one year is more special than the others, but you're right. I mean, this team has faced as much adversity as I've ever seen a team face, and they just keep bouncing back, keep punching it in the face, and it's been fun to watch. It's been really fun to watch, and I know this team will be ready. They were super excited last night when they found out they were in, and so it's go time, and I can't wait to give for them to be able to live to play another day.
Obviously, a few freshmen that haven't been in a situation like this before, like Holly. What do you kind of say to them to make sure they're ready for this kind of environment?
I think that's a great question. I think that's where you rely on we say a few things as coaches, but I think you rely more on your upperclassmen. Your Carlys, your Asias, your Jaylas, your Lauren Taylors, and although, I mean, they went to Elite Eight last year. They won 3 games in this tournament. So I think they're going to be able to give a testament to what this tournament is about, even more so than we can as coaches. So I think you rely on your upperclassmen leaders to do that.
What's kind of your overall message to the team going in? Obviously, we had mentioned the ups and downs you guys have faced this season. Do you try to kind of, have that all culminate and just hope that they're playing their best basketball at the best time and hope you can kind of learn from that adversity you faced earlier in the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you really send the message to your kids that, I mean, again, there's only 8 teams that are going to get to play at home. Everybody else is you're either going to play the host institution like we are, or you're playing on a neutral court, and so everybody has the opportunity. There's 64 teams that have the opportunity to get all the way to the championship. I mean, anything can happen on any night. I mean, no way would anybody have told me that, hey, Texas women's is going to beat Lubbock Christian like they did in the conference tournament. I don't think anybody would have predicted that, but it happened, and I think Lubbock Christian is one of the best teams in the country. I mean, that just, so you can't predict this time of year. It's really tough. And so, I wouldn't have predicted that the outcome for us would have been that way, but it did, So you just got to be the team that plays not necessarily always the best team that advances, it's the team that plays the best that day.
And what do you feel like you can take from those first couple matches with Angelo and into this next one?
Yeah, I mean, we, again, their personnel, what they're going to do. You figure you kind of guess on some adjustments that they may make, and I'm sure they're doing the same thing with us. But again, you get to that conference opponent, you've played them twice, especially a team that's on your side. I mean, the nice part for us that, you look around the country, there's some teams that are, right now figuring out how many numbers of plane tickets can they get. They have to get everybody on one flight, or they got to get everybody on 2 flights. I mean, what's a blessing for us is we just get to get on a bus and travel 3.5, 4 hours down south to San Angelo. So it's not a horrible trip for us. Just getting a bus is not a big deal. So it's going to be nice for us to be able to do that.